Wait a minute now. This is the PGA Tour website.
Oh, they probably took him off.
Is Phil Mickelson not on this website? They're like erasing him from history. They're
Right.
taking Phil Mickelson off? What the fuck?
Athletic, bold, commanding. We're talking about the Equinox EV, which presents this great show, the Foreplay Podcast. Chevrolet has been our presenting sponsor for years here. We love it. We're traveling all over the world, as folks know. We are traveling through Southern California this week. The Chevy Equinox EV has been just a delight to get us around. And look, we got a nice show. Frankie comes with a couple lists. There's a little bit of bumps in the road, I would say, during the list thing that I think people are going to enjoy.
It wasn't a clean list.
Talk about it.
We've got a lot of things to get to. It's one of those shows where we're together. We're here at the end of a trip. And we just really speak what's on our mind, which is always some of the best shows. There's not much golf news out there right now. And we're recording this on a Tuesday. It's coming out on a Thursday. So if anything happens from now until when it records, that was not our fault. We just had to record it a little early.
Not our fault.
Not our fault. I'm not taking any ownership of anything that happens between now and Thursday. But yeah, Chevrolet, we're going to get in a Chevy actually right when we get done with this and go back to the hotel. And we have a nice event tonight. So shout out to Chevy for always being on our side and getting us from point A to point B nice and safely and really looking good too.
Some charitable discussions, some cool talk about like product development and learning about that, which I actually thought was really interesting. So all brought to you by Chevy and the Equinox EV. Make sure you leave the driving to Equinox EV. You can show up to the course energized because you didn't have to focus as much on the driving because of the available Super Cruise hands-free driver assistance technology. We got 319 miles on the Equinox EV of EPA estimated electric range with front-wheel drive and this massive 17-inch diagonal center screen, the largest of any EV in its class. When it comes to EVs, the Chevy Equinox EV is the smartest choice you can make. Foreplay, presented by Barstool Sports. It is our second show of the week here in December. You know, look, it's no joke. It's no secret that it's probably not golf season in a lot of places in this country. I think somebody said earlier that if you looked at the United States of America and the weather, there's like a giant dick of coldness going across the United States of America right now.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, no, it's it is December. The golf season is coming to an end in a lot of parts of the country. There was some news early on in this month where we were like, wow, we're actually getting some live stuff,
like a
some
triple
Brooks
whammy
stuff.
one.
Yeah, we got a bunch, and now the news is less so. So we're just here. We're gonna chop it up. I know we got a bunch of voicemails queued up with Ryan Richardson.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a chop it up show.
Just chop it up with the fellas. This is a salad bar. We're gonna be chopping it up.
This is a salad bar.
I think even for everybody, this time in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's a very fluid situation.
Yeah, things are wavy.
You're drinking a lot of fluids.
It's
It's a bit of a lull, but we're out here in San Diego. We just played a little bit of golf here at Aviara, which is beautiful.
It looks like
Cool
they hosted
place.
the LPGA Kia Classic here for like 10 years.
Yeah, they've got a lot of the signage up here where we're at. A lot of pictures.
Really awesome course.
Yeah,
Gettable, a lot of drivable par fours, like really fun, almost video game-esque golf course.
This is a golf course made for my mini driver.
Yeah.
I was hitting bullets on a lot of these holes and
Yep.
it's just running out forever. It was
awesome.
so much fun. So yeah, this is a cool place. But this time of year, when Christmas and then New Year's are on like what, Thursday? And
Wednesdays
then
and Thursdays, yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday. So like a lot of folks I think are basically on the precipice of like 2 weeks off.
Yeah, because you're not going to, if what is it? When is Christmas this year? Is it on a Wednesday? So, yeah, you're not going to go in. You go in Monday, Tuesday.
Christmas Day's on Thursday.
That's on Thursday. Okay. So people will go in Monday, Tuesday, maybe a little bit on Wednesday morning, and then it's like
Christmas Eve time.
Boom.
then it's Christmas Eve. You're done for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're also done for Monday, Tuesday the next time because no one's going in Monday before freaking.
No, dude.
What do
New
you
Year's
think about
Eve.
the narrative that's taken shape on the internet that Christmas Eve is better than Christmas Day?
I think that goes well with the argument that like winning the championship is the least amount of fun that you'll have for that entire time, where it's all the build up and the lead up. It's all about the rise, and then once you get to the end, you're like, oh, that's it.
Sort of Scotty's point.
Yeah.
When Scotty said like there's like you get a minute of being like yeah, I won, and then it's sort of like that was it.
Like
Whatever.
Christmas Eve is like, yeah, you're getting everyone together. You've been getting people together for the week leading up to it as well. Like there's always going to be your ugly sweater parties, and you're going to have your parties with the other side of the family on maybe the 18th or the 19th. You're doing Christmas for weeks leading up. And then once Christmas finally gets there, it's about getting to whatever house you're going to. By the time you get there, it's 2:00, 3:00. The day's over, man.
Yeah,
Christmas morning special for sure.
Big time. A lot of magic there. But I can vividly remember a lot of Christmas days around 1 p.m., 2 p.m.
It's over.
People are starting to leave. Like as your siblings get older, as you get older, you're like, no, I'm going to just go home to my own apartment, my own house. And then the magic is over. The magic runs out. The tank is empty. And yeah, I think there's a lot of validity to it. Christmas Eve, there's so much anticipation. You're getting together, you're drinking, you still got the next morning. But yeah, once the morning is over on Christmas Day, it's kind of over.
Dude, my mom and dad and I have a little bit of an unofficial tradition of we'll go to like 5 o'clock movie on Christmas Day.
Wow.
I like that.
Because of what you're saying. It's sort of like the energy. We do a huge, my mom's side of the family, which like I said is massive. We do Christmas Eve night is her side of the family. Then like Christmas morning is sort of my brother's like household, which is nephew, niece. They're all jazzed up Christmas. We do stockings, it's a secret, Santa, all that. And then by like 11 or noon, it's fucking over.
It's over.
Like Santa is on vacation. It's over. Everybody's like, it's done. So we'll go nap. And then I'll meet my parents. We'll get popcorn and watch a movie from like 5 till 7.
That's a typical. I mean, that's a big day that the movies come out.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Day releases because it's a non-Christmas celebrating household event to do.
Mm-hmm.
There was a stretch.
You're not celebrating Christmas. You like need something to do. Everything's closed.
Yeah, the other one's Chinese food. Chinese food
and movies.
There was a stretch there in my early 20s where Christmas would end and we would just try to find a bar that was open and we would just go.
Yeah.
And we would just get after it.
I want to say Hot Shots in the St. Louis area.
What a name.
Open on Christmas?
Opens at like 5 or 6 on Christmas. So that was one of our moves too. Is you go up there, get pitchers, throw darts. It's one of those like Hooters-ish type places.
Yeah.
And you just kind of go up there and hang in the afternoon. Now and then they would have whatever for a while. They had, what did they have, like NFL game? No.
There's always NBA games on
always
Christmas.
NBA. Always NBA.
And there is an NFL game this year.
And yeah, there'd be some games on. I guess it was always NBA that would kind of be on, so you'd have something to watch. But that was sort of our move. But I think you're right. I remember one year since I lived in Arizona, I booked like a 2 p.m. flight on Christmas Day. I was like, I'm going home.
I flew on Christmas Day.
I'm fucking going back home to
Arizona. Bahamas once. Hannah and I we just went on vacation on Christmas.
It's nice.
Probably nobody in the airport.
Like a 7
That's why I
p.m.
did
flight.
You know what it was though? It was that year that I called for the resignation of that CEO from Southwest.
Oh
I
wow!
ended up getting stuck at the airport all day on Christmas Day. It turned out to be a huge
nightmare.
mess.
That sounds like a movie.
Not
that was a mess.
Not to peacock on you guys, so I don't want you to take this as if like I'm better than you guys. But this is just the reality of what happens.
Is this going to be about us? What's it
right,
about?
No. I was just saying what we do on
we can't.
what the Borellis do on Christmas, and we've done for years. Actually, it's changed in the last couple of years since COVID. But my tradition since I was born was that we would open up gifts from Santa. We would see some of the family would come over. Even when my sisters had moved out, and then they'd come back when I was still living there, we'd all do it at my parents' house. And then my dad would leave around 10 o'clock, and he'd actually wake up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, go get the restaurant ready, and then he'd come back for gifts, and then at 10 o'clock he'd go back to the restaurant, and around noon we would have all families in need come to Borelli's, and we would give them food and gifts, and we would have a huge toy drive from the whole entire community. We would stockpile gifts, and we would work with the East Meadow Chamber of Commerce. So the restaurant would have 200, 250 people in it every single year. And we were giving, Santa walked around, give people gifts. And honestly, as like a 4 or 5-year-old, I was seeing this. As an 8-year-old, I was seeing this. This was my tradition, was going there. And it was the best day ever. Honestly, like it became such a great tradition. And then COVID happened, and we didn't want everyone coming into the restaurant because the restaurants were closed. So we pivoted to.
It's a nice excuse to shut it down,
No, well, we still do it, but it's like it's the week before now, and we do like a drive-in. So like we have all of these trays of food with gifts, and they kind of drive in. We give it to them,
That's
so
awesome.
they're able to use that for the week or whatever. It ends up working out because you're not forcing them to come to Borelli's on Christmas Day. At least they have it now, and the parents can do whatever they want with it. They can set up their own Christmas now at their own house. So. But it was always really, really cool to see, like, and how appreciative people were about it, and how many people from the community came and helped out. And it was just a great tradition. I actually miss I miss that being Christmas. I don't like as much like the week before thing.
We're just supporting like Warenberg theaters. That's what we're doing.
I know.
5 minutes ago, I said I get drunk on Christmas.
I know. I should have
after the magic is done, and Frankie's like, we help the less
that's
fortunate.
honestly, it's my dad and my grandpa.
Chinese
I mean, like that's like Pop. That was his name, but
Nice.
that's just like what they did.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's my dad. Like it makes him sick to his stomach, like thinking about not doing it.
I really
If
appreciate
the restaurant's not around one day. Like he's like, oh, what are we gonna do on Christmas? You know,
I really appreciate the side of your dad that like wants to be an upstanding member of the community.
he loves
You
it.
just don't see that
Massive.
very much anymore.
Yeah,
With like, all these fast food restaurants everywhere. It's like everything is sort of, it's Americana, but it's corporate, and it's there's no like homegrown places that would
Everything
do that.
pretty much gets trimmed down to making a profit.
I know.
That's pretty much
And
what it
it-
gets trimmed
yeah.
down
one of the
to.
things to that point, and it's just, I'm not like just gloating about my dad. I mean, I like to do that a lot because he deserves it. But during COVID, when we were times were really tough, and he was paying every single worker, and you all know the Barstool Fund and like where that even how that incepted into Dave's brain was he asked me how Borelli's was doing. I'm like, oh, I think we're gonna close for sure. He's like, my dad's paying 35 people, and like all these guys that have been working there, they have mortgages, their kids are going to college. Like these guys, George, I'm thinking about a lot of the cooks and all the pizza men, all the guys that have been working there for 30 years. My dad's like, what am I supposed to do? Tell them that I can't pay them? He's like, I'm draining the bank account until it gets to zero.
Laredo,
all these guys, like they need
Laredo.
money. Like if we just
Pizza
go out of
maker.
business, like it's over, right? At that point. So Dave's like, we got to do something about it. And then leading up to that, people were donating to a Venmo at one point because they had heard that like things were going bad and like no one was able to come to the restaurants, whatever. And my dad was like, I can't just accept money like this and not do anything. So what he was doing was if he got a $500 donation, he would take $500 worth of food and bring it to a hospital and bring it to the nurses and the doctors. He felt like at least someone was purchasing something for someone. He wasn't just putting it in his pocket.
yeah.
So that's like more to that like community thing where it's like, at least I can take this and I'm doing work with it. Like he wanted to make chicken parm and pizzas and like bring them out. So that was another testament to like being a part of the community. We do need more people like
I
that.
do worry that we're running out of guys like that, and I put myself in that position
Same
too.
with me.
Like am I as charitable as
Yeah.
I could be? Probably not.
No, probably not. But we're not doing that on Christmas. But
I know. I just mean in general. It's you just need people like that.
No, you do, and I think I'll say like having been in Arizona, I moved to Arizona 5 years ago, and I had no idea. Like the first time Trent and I ever went to the WM Phoenix Open, which is what it's called now, Waste Management for most people, was 7-8 years ago when we went and did the Breakfast Club on our own.
Yes,
and we kind of did it like Dave was sort of spiting us at the time. Because I think we had the incident with the running people over with the cart.
Oh yeah, he was gonna send Roan and Caleb in our place
As like a spite to us.
Yes.
And then I had like tried to run him over with the scooter that was in the office.
Oh, God.
Frankie tipped him off to that.
Frankie tipped him off when Frankie was kind of like on the other team.
Made sense at the
I don't
time.
remember that.
You don't?
No.
Oh wow.
Remember, dude, I had like the scooter that Big Cat would ride all the time. I had that scooter outside of the main Barstool Radio studio, and when Dave came out, I was going to run him over with the scooter.
What did he do to like? I know I probably told him, but like, what did he do? Because my brain, I've just
He
got all
thwarted it. He was thwarted by his team Portnoy folks, which you're a big part of.
Yeah.
It was thwarted, and then I think YP was included in the thwarting of the plan.
He was.
And then his response to that was to put a $1,000 bounty on my head.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Dude, I remember, this is going to sound so stupid, but I remember that moment, you telling Dave, 'cause you and I were friends.
Yeah.
It was early, but like we had gotten to know each other. And I think I maybe talked to you about what was going on.
and
And then the flow of information went from you to Dave. And I was like,
what the fuck?
oh, he's Dave's guy. It's so dumb, but I was such an idiot from Iowa who really didn't know how like an office like that was going to work. But then I was like, oh, that information travels. And if it gets to the wrong people,
You're fucked.
you're fucked.
Dude, we've been out
Correct.
and I don't want to.
No, it's as we need long stories.
Yeah, we need long
today.
Well, no, I was talking last night with Adidas people and they were asking me, like kind of how you navigate Dave and like how we were all telling war stories. Nick Mulcahy on the sales side was talking about it was war stories, sitting around a fire just talking about bullets flying, and one of the things I said was I actually feel good about the way I was able to. I had to dog people a lot.
Yeah.
But I was able to stay your guys' friend, which is not easy because we talk about Austin now, and Austin is Dave's guy. And Dave's doing so much now. He's doing so many podcasts. He's doing so many shows. He's flying around that Austin just like needs answers, and he's going to get them from you. And like, it's real hard for him to stay everyone's. And we're also not in an office setting, right? So you're just getting things from Austin, and it's like nerve wracking for the people.
Tonality's
like
lost
Dave,
on it. You don't have the opportunity to become friends
Dave
elsewhere.
Kind of punch to every message, and I feel like when I did it, I was able to, like, you guys saw my face, and I was able to walk over and be like, I know it's going to suck.
You had like a smirk a lot.
I know it's going to suck. Because, like, I don't want to go in there either. But Dave wants you on radio, and I think you're getting fired. like, listen, like, I think this is bad for you and your family, but you got to go in there.
Dude, when you would see Frankie come out of that little fucking broadcasting
Trent here?
studio and just come over towards our content area.
Really
big.
Like,
fuck, who's he coming for?
Riggs,
but then we could still, like, the office makes it different because then we could go after and get, like, beers. We could
it
go
was
out
totally
and watch.
That's what I was going to say is that, like, you were able to spend most of your time being friends with us and everybody so that if you came, we knew that you hated doing it. Whereas all these other folks, if Austin's just reaching out to them, they haven't talked to Austin ever.
Dude,
they have no relationship.
It's a bad spot.
Yeah.
And I think everyone realized, like, you know, I just had to do what I had to do. But it could have went south. Like, people could have been like, fuck that guy. And I could have had I never would have been on the show. You know what I mean? Like that, I look back on things and the way that they went, and things were so hostile. Like it was a live reality TV show where the microphone was running 24/7.
Yeah.
And like anyone could have gotten fucked at any moment in terms of like someone threw someone under the bus, and like I was at the freaking helm of like pulling the levers of like, you got to go on this show and fight Dave. And then a lot of times I was teeing you guys up. When you guys went to go to Sawgrass, I ratted on you.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, they're not in the office. They haven't posted a blog in 10 days. Like, I'm in his ear. I'm like, these are my friends. I'm like, I hope that doesn't screw my chances of ever being on a golf show.
But then you learn, and again, it was just a lesson for me. It was like, that's the business.
Yeah.
Like, that's the game. It's not, you aren't doing that in a way where you're like, I want these guys in trouble. You just see the machinations of it where you're like, I know where this leads if I don't rat.
Yeah.
I would also say I think Trent and I are two of the people that take things the least personally.
Yeah.
Of a lot of people. So it was like never, like it's easy. You see that with like Surviving Barstool. For everybody that watched Surviving Barstool, we talked about it a lot, where it's like that game really put people in a spot of having to draw a line, or a line was kind of like drawn in the sand through the nature of the game of like hurting people and backstabbing people or lying to people or whatever it might be. And it is in the context of the game, which the game is in the context of content, which is in the context of like you just doing your job. And then that gets mixed in with like friendship.
Correct.
And like betraying someone truly. And if you take that stuff personally, which is easy, that like it might not be like that guy fucked me and screwed me on radio, and then Dave's followers were fucking mean to me for a month and it's all his fault. Whereas like I get how people could do that,
right.
But I do think we had a pretty good of like knowing like, I know you don't want to do this, but you have
also,
to.
Also, it was a fraternity atmosphere of like we all were just in it together.
Yeah.
You know? You were saying something about Scottsdale before, and I kind of...
Well, I was going to say, so that's a good story because that was like to lead to why we ended up we paid for our own like flights to go down to the Phoenix Open for the first time. We got like our own hotels and all that. We were like, if it goes well, we get good content, we can like reimburse, we can get reimbursed, we can expense it, whatever. If it doesn't, like this is an event we need to be at. We were like a year or two into the podcast. We had never really been before. And so that was like 7 years ago, my first time ever at the Phoenix Open. You were talking all about like charitable stuff, and you were talking about how you don't feel like you do anything. Well, now I lived in Scottsdale for 5 years. You guys know this, but in April, I got a call that I become like a Thunderbird.
Mm-hmm.
People mostly probably don't know what the hell that is, but the Thunderbird organization has been around since 1937. It's a bunch of men that are like business leaders, community leaders, whatever, in the Scottsdale area who commit all their time that's committed to the Thunderbird organization and Thunderbird charities is all to raise money for charity. Last year, the Phoenix Open alone, or this year, I guess, 2025, raised over $18 million for charity. I think it was $18.1 million. I was at like the ceremony where they declare, it's in April or May, how much money this year's event raised that we're going to give to charity. It goes to the Thunderbird charities. And then, all of us that are Thunderbirds kind of work together with, like, there's like a crisis center that we help build, the Special Olympics that go on, like all of these things. And one thing that I've, like, again, never really realized, I think it's over $230 million that the Thunderbirds and the Phoenix Open have raised for charity just through like the Phoenix Open.
That's crazy.
So one thing that I like never realized, and I talked to a bunch of the boys that are Thunderbirds like over since April, and like I haven't been through my first Open yet as like a Thunderbird, but they're almost, I was saying to them, it's like as somebody who does feel like you get really caught up day-to-day life of like worrying about yourself, and it's like a capitalist society, you're like trying to drive your own life, your own income, your own like savings, your own investments to like protect yourself, and like no matter how you feel, half the time, you know, whatever's going on politically, you feel like they're against you. Half the time you feel like it's your time to like make hay, whatever it is. It's just like, it always feels that way, that like to stop and really be able to do stuff for other people. Trent made a great point of like, I feel like every time we talk about your dad, he has that side to him of always like coming up with something. So I was saying to a bunch of Thunderbirds where I'm like, dude, I feel like getting into this organization is very cool. There's like fun perks where during the tournament, you'll see me wearing like the tunic and like the velvet and all that, which will be funny. But like, and you got like access and stuff. But you know, we've been taught as like a rookie in that organization of like, we're hosting that week. They're like, you need to treat it like when you host people at your house. We're always trying to get somebody, you need to help somebody get somewhere. If you see an elderly person that's tired, like go get a golf cart and help them get where they need to go. So you're hosting all week. But like the other part that I really was telling a bunch of the guys when we have drinks and we talk about it, I was like, I feel like you guys have put the opportunity to help your community and help like raise money for people that need it and then get that money to the right place. You guys have like put that on a platter for me. And people like me who like, if I just sat down and was like, I really feel like being like selfless today and trying to help, I wouldn't know where the fuck to start.
No,
I wouldn't really even know what you're doing. And what I like since 1937, these guys because they care so much about the community. And I'm also like, I've been for most of my adult life a guy without a community because like I've moved all the time.
Sure.
Like I lived in Connecticut, then Boston, then New York, now Scottsdale. I go to Pinehurst quite a bit. So it's like you kind of have touch points all the time, but now living in Scottsdale for 5 years, at that I'm always amazed by. And like the guys that end up in like leadership roles within the Thunderbird organization are guys that have committed, like they you know run businesses or they're high up in different business, whatever, but then they've also committed so much of their time that I've watched to like truly helping out in really important ways around the community, which around this time of year, the holiday season, it like really strikes you. We had the luncheon to kick off kind of open season last week. Larry Fitzgerald was there and spoke for like an hour. He's the man. But like you really realize that these families have like made huge impacts. And when we walk into the crisis center, whatever, like they know all the people in the organization are there that have been there since like the foundation was laid,
right?
And like the checks were written and how can we help and all that. And so that just kind of made me think of that of, you know, I do, and I would say since April, like we've been on the road so much, I probably haven't been the best Thunderbird so far, but it does really make you realize that like, damn, there are people that make such a cool effort, and I want to like focus as much of that time as I can to helping other people, especially like during the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, without that, I mean, just think about how much they've been able to do. That's insane. You're talking, what was the amount over the?
So just this last year was 18.1 million. I believe the total is like
$230 million. That's just not becoming that number without that organization, right? $230 million going to the right place is an insane number. Yeah, I mean, you definitely need things like that going on because people need help, and there's a lot of people that find themselves in situations where they just can't get out of it, and like they're just
underwater. And then it's incredible. You realize like how much staff is needed then to dictate and determine where that money goes.
I know.
It's one thing to just be like, dude, we raised, you know, this year we raised $18 million for charity. It's like, okay.
Where's that going?
Where are you going to put that? Where are you going to put? You're going to put
That's
50 grand there.
Interests me and also scares me. It's like, is it going to the right place?
Right.
And like,
well, you do hear the bad stories,
right?
And though you know that makes everybody nervous, and the real issue with that is that it then makes people hesitant to give when they're like, well, I don't know, I heard this bad story from this other foundation, and it makes me, you know, it doesn't encourage me to do the right thing. So I mean, I'm sure, you know, this organization obviously
but that's like a lot of these over $226 million total.
Nuts.
And that's that. But I've thought that too.
Joe
like
Rogan's like exposed a couple of them on his show of being like, I've heard certain foundations are like not giving money, and then he did a whole, you know, episode on like percentages, and one of them that's like a well-known one was like, you know, less than 10% was going to the actual people.
And then, dude, he was showcasing too. I think like a bunch of the executives in that group had like $900,000 salaries and stuff. And you're like,
I think there's a website that like ranks them. But then also, I mean, just circling it back to the Barstool Fund, I remember Dave being like, "This has all got to go to the right place." And he's got to get the right people in place to get it there. And it takes a lot of work, a ton of work.
I mean,
you know who was it?
I
Was
can
it
speak
Liz
from-
Gonzalez? That
She was a huge
coming,
part
like,
of it.
Yeah, she
her
ran
full-time job
her
became
full-time.
like figuring out where that goes.
I mean, dude, it started with Borelli's, and then we sold a bunch of Borelli's, which I'm sure people listening to this own this hoodie. It was like the Borelli's hoodie,
I have that hoodie.
and it just said the Barstool Fund on it. And that was not all going to Borelli's. That was to start the Barstool Fund. It happened to sell a ton of hoodies, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, we've got like, I mean, it got up to like $40 million of money donated, right? Like I think Tom Brady donated to it, Robert Kraft, like crazy people were donating to this. I mean, Isner like was a huge part of it. Like a lot of big name people donated to this thing, and then you were able to help hundreds, thousands of businesses. And I watched it firsthand happen with Borelli's. Like, I mean, Dave, that was the first restaurant that got helped, and it was literally like, hey, what would be the best, like, what do you guys need the most right now? We're obviously not going to like give you money to make you rich. Like what would you need right now? If like what is COVID restrictions in New York stopping you guys from having? My dad's like, well, our property taxes in New York and all of these taxes that are hitting me are not stopping regardless if people don't come in. So my dad, so he talks with Dave and he's like, well, what, like this month, if we can get you through this month, do you think you like that would help? And my dad's like, yeah, that's like really, I just need to get to a point where like I know that tax is getting paid, or like I know that this fee is getting paid, or whatever it is. And then that's how it started. It's like I know that it's going right into the account, and then we're able to at least survive for the month.
It's
and
getting
now
your head
we can
above water.
Get it above water. And that was like a legitimate help for all these restaurants, a cleaning service in California, a bowling alley. It's like, we're not going to freaking pay off your debts, but like, how can we keep you alive right now, this moment, so that you don't go out of business tomorrow? And that was like direct help, right? It was direct help right then and there. Like that hour, my dad's like, wow, we're still like, we could still do this thing. You know what I mean? And that's that. And it took a freaking guy that runs a blog to do that. And you know, it's amazing that like the local the government like couldn't figure that all out.
Oh God.
And that they just were peppering and just pounding these restaurants and small businesses, and just like, you go back and just how many businesses went out of business, it's outrageous. Like over 50% of small businesses went out in New York, especially Long Island. It was nuts.
No, that was a crazy time, disaster how all that happened. But yeah, it is like once that money does get raised, determining where it goes and how to truly like help is so unbelievably difficult. And that's difficult in communities, you know, like I studied sociology in college. I don't remember much of it, but like the part that you do remember is that like anytime you look at a community in an area that has a huge issue, it starts to deteriorate. Like, you know, incomes like start to drop, crime starts to rise. If a county throws money at that area, it doesn't help, right? And it's much more like you learn that it's about building or implementing like community leaders, and a lot of it's around either churches or whatever religion's going on there, where you have like a certain pastor, and there's all kinds of good examples that we studied in like Boston. There's like a famous one of, you know, it really became not about like if you just threw more money and more law enforcement at an area, that area got worse, because it was like the law enforcement just became more abrasive with the community, and they started to get, as young kids that, you know, were more likely to go towards crime, they ended up getting like bad you know, thoughts in their head around law enforcement from a really young age, and the chances of that law enforcement, you know, being money thrown at it, more law enforcement didn't like help, versus if you really like nurture this community from a younger age of being able to put in place, whether it's teachers in the schools or it's soccer coaches, football coaches, hockey coaches, whatever it might be, like religious leaders that were kind of like nurturing and teaching how to build a community, that helped a lot more. But that's like really hard to, then somebody's got to focus on that and be like, I'm going to
really hard balance.
It's like, God, how do
you want to go in there with like the nurturing feeling, but if it's like a bad area and like things are going bad, like you need to also tackle that, right? So it's like,
and this
how
takes
do we
like
get to
10
the point?
years.
Right.
This is
like, may take 100 years.
It takes a long time.
Like someone has to, at the end of the day, like go in and just like deal with it just being bad, and like be like, we're gonna take it on the chin, and then we're gonna, like, and you need that takes a special person. And a lot of patience, and a lot,
which is hard.
Individual people, you need thousands of them. So yeah, it's a lot.
So that's like it with a lot of the, you know, when you try to determine where can money go to truly help, It's like places that are doing it the right way and not just throwing money at stuff and being like, that'll make it better.
I mean, Dave was FaceTiming the business owners,
Yep.
and he was legitimately talking to them and being like, "Look at your account today. You're gonna get through tomorrow."
Every one of those videos.
He's always
it was
every
insane.
single
everything he does. He's very good at just direct, and it's just like
you need help, it's coming to you.
Right. It's not like, all right, well then we got to get these people involved and
No.
these lawyers and
it was
this
the best
guy.
foundation. I don't know if it's still running, but it was like the best. It was the best charity work that I'd ever seen.
It should be the
Barstool
example for all of the foundations.
What
like
did the
going
Barstool
forward.
Fund raise? $45
I
million.
think it was over $40 million.
Yeah, I think it might have touched 50. It was a lot. It was
Crazy, and it went directly to so many businesses.
yeah, that helped so many people.
The old Barstool Fund. No, man, it is really it is something around the holiday season. You know, you're spreading like holiday cheer, and you're trying to be, you know, it's about gift giving, and you're trying to make other people's lives better. That is an incredible part of it. So yeah, the more people can do and just being aware of it and all that is, I think, great around this time of year. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
It's very nice you guys have done that.
it's the seasons.
Yeah.
Seasons
If
of
you can
giving,
help,
too.
just try to figure out a way. I'm in the same boat as everybody else.
One of the things you can do, and I actually like doing this, we get so much stuff with all these partners that we have. Think about, we had another apparel sponsor before this, and now we no longer wear those clothes, and now we have a new one that we absolutely love. We love Adidas, and we're out here talking with them. But like, how many clothes do you guys have, right? In closets and shoes and everything? It's outrageous.
I think I counted just in Arizona. The reason I say is because I have some in Pinehurst and I have some in St. Louis.
This number's gonna be outrageous.
But I believe the number of shoes of our former company, just that I had in Arizona, I think was like 44 pairs of shoes.
So, dude, like, you don't need those, right? So, like, and one of the things that
I'll never use them again.
One of the things we like to do, we bag them up and we do bring them and give those away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's
I do a lot of
great
that.
feeling because you actually know that it's going to be, and I hope it does, right? You drop it off and you're like, I hope this goes to the right places.
Mhm.
I don't know where else it would go. No, I hope no one's like reselling them or whatever. But dude, we give out a ton of clothes because number one, it's just like it makes your house like a little more clean.
Yeah.
You don't have so much clutter, and also it's that nice feeling. We drop it off, and you know it's going to the right place, and people are getting awesome gear, and they're just like, it's not something that you're not throwing them like a freaking, ripped up shirt from college days. You're like actually giving them something that's going to make them feel good. So
Dude,
I would say
like
do that,
5.
especially this time of year.
I did like 5 of those trips, and I got one more big one to do when I get back of all like the outerwear stuff that's needed this time of year in Arizona.
And
but you're right,
local
that's
restaurants and businesses are doing like gift and toy drives, so like that stuff too. They're looking for hoodies, jackets. They're looking for pairs of shoes, like that stuff. You just gotta keep your eye open. A lot of times we always have our head down. I'm like the worst at that. I'm never fucking paying attention. And things that I could be helping with, like that would make that's so easy for me to help with. You know what I mean?
Head in the sand. Head in the sand.
Oh,
yeah, head in the sand.
all
man.
the time for me.
Gotta be better.
We are a few days into the 12 days of game time, which means they're giving away prizes every day with a $5,000 grand prize at the end. If you still have not entered, go to 12daysofgametime.com. It is free, only takes a few seconds. Trust me, it's simple, quick, a few seconds, free. This season, Game Time, our great ticketing partner, is celebrating the moments that made people fans, and they have been enabling those moments for the past 12 years now. So that's why you're getting 12 days of Game Time, gentlemen.
Yeah, Game Time. I'm looking right now, like we're here in California, but it's still got New York City for me. You got 76ers at the Knicks. You got Commanders at the Giants, Patriots at the Jets. All these things coming up. The Pinstripe Balls at Yankee Stadium. It's just, you go for that, and then you get all the concerts and the music that you could, Ed Sheeran, Jonas Brothers, Machine Gun Kelly. The list goes on and on.
I would love to see an Ed Sheeran concert.
Me too.
The Goo Goo Dolls, Brandy Carlisle.
I saw the Goo Goo Dolls one time.
So did we.
So did we.
At a festival.
Con.
Dude, that guy was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That
They
lead
were-
singer.
They brought the house down.
yeah.
That guy's great. What's his name again? Pull that guy's name up. Ryan Richardson. Google Dolls lead singer. He's like, I looked it up. I said
I
this in
know
the
it's
podcast.
wrong, but I want to say Rob Thomas, and I know that's Matchbox 20.
Dude, at one point, I remember looking it up, being like, this guy looks like he's
Why
aging
don't
backwards,
you
and he's
slide?
like famous for aging backwards.
Dude,
John Resnick?
Yep,
John
that's
Resnick.
right, Resnick.
Dude, they brought the hits that they have when they played them at this festival that we were at.
Banger.
It was
Great.
And I
too.
give up forever.
Dude.
To touch you.
So go to a concert, go to a Goo Goo Dolls
And
concert,
I
go to an Ed
don't
Sheeran
want the
concert.
world
Concerts
to
are
see
the best.
me.
Use Game Time.
These are the types of moments Game Time is celebrating. Go to 12daysofgametime.com today. That's 12daysofgametime.com. Go there today for a chance to experience one of these moments. Moving on, I do want to talk about, you mentioned it. We're out here. We're with Adidas, and we had meetings, a couple meetings. People love to meet. We don't do a lot of meetings.
Today was really cool.
Today was awesome.
Yeah,
and
it was.
one of the things that I kind of jotted down in my notes that I really did want to talk about is how incredibly cool it was today, I thought, learning that every polo, every pair of shorts, every shoe that you wear has like a pretty real meaning and background as to how it got to that. And especially at Adidas, where like there are, they start with like the mothership Adidas. Like next year is a World Cup year, as everybody knows. It's going to be in North America. It's in Canada, United States of America, and Mexico. And the World Cup, Adidas is like the sponsor of the World Cup. They got the ball. They got the ball, which is sick. I got a couple of those for my nephew and niece. They're really, because they have two different styles of the World Cup ball.
Ooh.
Awesome. I fell into the fence last weekend at Thanksgiving trying to make a save, but I'm okay. But anyways,
Put your body on the line.
I had to. And my nephew Robbie does not handle losing well, and it reminds me a lot of myself because like just especially growing up, I'm probably better about it now, but still hate losing, and he does not handle losing, and also I like to beat him.
You let him win ever?
No, not let him win, but like I won't. Not like if I. He doesn't really know this, but like if I win, he doesn't believe this, but if I win as hard as I could, I would crush him. I mean, he's not. He's not. So like,
yeah, fair.
But,
and also, it's like not your place. It's like it's your nephew.
He's not even my kid. So
Right,
it's like if I'm
Your
out there,
brother's like, what's going on out there?
militaristically just dummying Rob in soccer, that would be fucked up. So
I wonder what the psychology behind, because I don't know that my dad ever let me win, and then once I won, it was like a big feeling, a great feeling.
Yeah.
But like, like with Frankie, like am I like him winning would bring him joy in that sport? No, like
swat that ball out of the gym, dude.
Like every time he goes to take a basketball shot, I just smack it back into his face. like we'll even like this. Like
right, that's the balance you got to find.
there's got to be some sort of balance.
Do you want Tiger Woods or do you want Eldrick
Well,
Woods?
I'm just saying, right? Like
No, I'm with you. I think back on that with my dad, and I never had that sort of. You hear so much traditionally of like a rivalry between you and your dad or you and your brother. Maybe we just had like a kumbaya situation, but we never had that really.
Yeah,
it was all very very
was blocking
encouraging.
my shots.
No, my dad was like, I wanted to play football, and he was like, all right, play football. It wasn't like Varsity Blues where he was like throw a beer can off, hit a beer can off my head. Like it was never like that.
Right.
Yeah, and I would say like the nature of like usually we're not playing like 1-on-1. There's like Mary Kate, who's my niece, is out there running around too. It's usually like me and her against Rob.
Right.
So like if whatever. But I'll say if he really sat down and thought about it, he'd probably be like something fishy going on because every single game goes into overtime and it's like 6-6 and he beats me like 7-6 or something.
Yeah.
But point being, with all the Adidas stuff and it being a World Cup, right? Like they're started and they showcase to us that like they'll kind of get sent the main color themes of like the spring of 2026 next year.
Yeah.
Is like this cool blue. And then they kind of extract from that on the golf side how that's going to like kind of run the show of like the seasonal drop in the spring of 2026 and how that trickles down to each and every item from the shorts to the pants to the shoes to the outerwear and the layering and all that. And that part I thought was extremely cool. And then like why each polo, right? Like you might like the style of this polo, the threads of that polo, and like why they're made with that. They're made with this. This should be worn during this season or with these pants. And like that's why it has sort of like this design on it. All of that I thought was so cool to not only like hear that exists, but then hear each individuals that kind of stood up that led each like one of their projects. There was like an originals line, there was the performance gear, there was the shoes. There were like each kind of person that ran those products kind of presented to us and had us touch and feel the stuff, and like seeing how much they knew about it, right? Like that's an amazing amount of stuff that we saw this morning, and seeing how much each one of them knew about it, how passionate about all the details that they were, and like why all of the Adidas golf gear is the way that it is and why they're making changes to this. They're launching a new that. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. You're going to see, we know the colors and variations of the colors that Ludwig, Colin, Nick Taylor, those types of players are going to be wearing at certain events. And like when you see Ludwig, he's going to be wearing an outfit and a color scheme that was passed down from Adidas in Germany for all of their sports, like you said, during that springtime. Like when he teased it up at the Masters, he's wearing an outfit that was decided years ago.
Like
And
18
then also,
months ago.
18 months ago.
Crazy.
And it was Adidas Golf's mission and their job, like you said, to make it look cool and also make it feel like golf. So yeah, I definitely don't envy their jobs. It's really, really hard to have to look 18, 20 months into the future and be like, what's going to be trendy? And also, how do we take this color that's coming from corporate and be like, this is now going to work on the golf course? And they nailed it. What's coming out in 2026 is absolutely incredible, and they're already working on 2027. I really, really liked. At one point I stopped the meeting. I'm like, we joined Adidas at the right time, because I don't know that maybe they've had this type of stuff out and we've just never noticed it. I don't think they have, because the way that they're talking about some of these, they have all these different tiers, and I feel like I never knew about those top tiers
that was awesome
until we're here now. I feel like I was more of like you walk into the Dick's Sporting Goods or like the PGA Superstore.
Yeah, they had like 4 lanes kind of.
They have these new lanes, and it's like, wow, some of the stuff we were touching and feeling and wearing, and we're walking around, and everyone's like hooting and hollering, and we're like, wow, we look unbelievable. It's fashion.
There was some hooting and hollering.
It's trendy. It's like fashion forward. It also like, it's what we're kind of used to for years. It's Adidas. Like that's, the quality is out of control. We're touching these types of quarter zips and these hoodies that are coming out. I was really hyped up about it. I'm like, we're doing something here. Like this is what we wanted. We always, when we took the deal with Adidas, we were like, we're going there because of the brand for sure. Like the names, the 3-stripe, global. It's as big as it gets. We also want it to be good golf gear, like in the back of our minds, we're like, we want to look good.
Play golf almost every day,
and we want
every other day.
We have a certain standard for what we think good golf gear should feel like and look like, and they are freaking there, man. They are exceeding our expectations, I would say. I can't wait for this stuff to come out. I know it's going to sound like one big ad read. We're genuinely excited about it.
Yeah, and what I would say is, like, I just think it's really interesting when you talk to people in depth about what they do.
Yeah.
It's like Rogan's made a whole,
oh, yeah.
Theo Vaughn's doing a lot more of it now, too, where you just have, like, he does it with, like, average folks, too, that have certain jobs or whatever.
Janitor or whatever.
Yeah, but even, like, with the Rogan, a lot of the different Rogan shows that I'll listen to, where it's like he'll have a geologist on, or they'll do, Ken Burns will go on, who was on a bunch of the Barstool stuff with the guys as well, who's like a documentary filmmaker, and just talking about what they do is really, really interesting. And so I thought, from like product development and talking about, like, we walked into a room where they just had like fabric.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll walk into this room, like most of what we kind of conceptualize, we have a fabric to begin with, but a lot of times, like there's many times where we don't, and we have to just go like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. We have to go like create this. And so they go into like a library of fabric and just start to create it. Or they'll even have to like reach out to the mothership, large, big Adidas, and be like, can you guys get something like this fabric that we're talking about? And then they start with that and then work all the way to a polo or whatever it is. So I just thought all of that was really cool. I thought all of the through lines from like Adidas and what Adidas is and has stood for being sort of like tweaked and like worked in with golf, and like country club versus like beyond the course, which is after the course, and versus like, Colin on the back nine on Sunday of a major championship, like kind of keeping those through lines all the way through, with Adidas being like this sporty, one of the more iconic sports logos ever, but also trying to be like cool with the new times and culture and like pop culture and all of it. I just thought like finagling all of that within this building is where it goes on was fascinating listening to that.
It was also super interesting listening to people who know what they're talking about in terms of fashion and golf and what 2020 did to all of it.
Yeah.
Like that was such a turning point in, the pandemic happens. Golf at the time is kind of the only thing that you can do outside. So what happens by nature is that a lot more people get involved. And what happens there is a lot of different voices, a lot of different types of people, a lot of different demographics get involved in the game. And being 5 years down the road from that and seeing the fashion boom with Adidas as a part of it, and there's a lot of other brands that are just taking bigger risks So to hear them talk about that part of it, like I think without that 2020, and it was obviously terrible for a ton of reasons, but what it did to like the game of golf and certainly the fashion part of it has made it like super interesting. And I don't know if the sport in terms of from a fashion perspective gets to that point, maybe ever, and certainly not as fast as it has happened.
Yeah, huge shift from 2020. And like trying to, if you are Adidas, right? Like we learned they're about 18 months in advance. It's like when they start, when they design stuff and come up with it, and they're trying to foreshadow, forecast what the trends are going to be at that time. And then something like 2020 happens where in 3 months, everything changes. All of these new people get infused into golf that didn't grow up like wearing the stuff that we wear to play golf, which is like khakis and a striped polo. It's like,
right.
That still plays. And like, but guess what? There's hoodies, there's baggy clothes, there's people who look like they're wearing sweatpants. It's like, of course, why wouldn't they? They're going to play a sport. It's like, why? In what work? I don't wear like a collared shirt or like khakis ever. I don't even wear it like to go get coffee because it's not like, and yet when I'm going to go do this athletic movement where my body's twisting, that's what I'm going to wear. Like you're going to a big business meeting. It's like, that's crazy town. So
it's almost surprising that golf as just a thing was able to morph. Because I think if you had asked people what's maybe the last sport that would ever sort of bend its will to a fashion renaissance, it's golf.
Been holding firm for a long time.
Firm for a really long time. And even you just see like the trickle down of, we talked a little bit about this at the meeting today, or I did, where it's hoodies just became a thing that you could wear. And I think that is a part of that wave where if more people are going to be involved in the sport, you're not even really lowering the quality. You're just expanding what is acceptable on a golf course.
Yeah. And it's funny when you say that, like I'm just thinking back in real time, how unstoppable fashion trends are.
Yes.
Like the hoodie thing. Remember that was a big deal for a couple weeks?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was controversial.
It was a big deal. It was like, and I remember Colin was one of the earlier guys. They were mentioning Tyrrell Hatton was pretty early on it too, and maybe like one of the earliest to wear it in a tournament. But I remember like Colin Morikawa with Adidas was one of the earliest guys to rock a hoodie in competition. And it was, I'm not understanding, it was a big deal when that happened. It was talked about a shit ton. And now it's like the hoodie is the least controversial thing. It's
for sure,
whether it's a jogger or some of the stuff that like Jason Day comes out and wears that Augusta's been rumored to tell him to take off and stuff. Like the hoodie is a joke now.
Dude,
like
I can remember it was during the Hawaiian Swing, Ricky Fowler, this was even before 2020, but he wore joggers to an event. And it shut down the game of golf. Like the announcers they thought they were like watching the alley-oop for the first time, or like it was a watershed moment of
two fouls.
Like yeah, right, right, Jackie Moon.
Yeah, but
that was So that was early on, and now I think Colin was definitely one of the first guys with the hoodie. It was super controversial, but it's just I like when you're in at Adidas HQ for golf and you're talking to creative people in fashion who are on the cutting edge of all that stuff, it's just super, super interesting. And we got a big glimpse of that today.
We also saw how to style ourselves, which was fun. So that'll be fun going forward. Like what type of shoe looks good with a certain type of pant. It was eye-opening because whenever I would say like, oh, I would wear that with that, they'd be like, that would not look good. And you have to pair that with this. So it is.
No, they were doing a good amount of that, which I appreciated.
We need that. Like, I mean, I don't want to look like an idiot. And it also, I've never really thought about fashion or any of that in my entire life. I've been wearing the same stuff forever. I wear hoodies and I wear jeans, or now I'm starting to wear, we call them cool guy pants. I wear a couple baggy pants.
You wear with like cargo pockets.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've been doing that a little bit, and but it was
had
fun
a
to
little
see.
bit of a fashion itch that you scratch sometimes.
A little bit.
You showed up to a wedding,
I did that.
You're willing to take some swings.
Yeah,
I'm guessing the first time you wore the cool guy pants, you were like, oh yeah, people are gonna notice
big time.
I do think
Dave used to hate when I wore anything different.
Well, you wore the splatter shirt.
Splash shirt.
Yeah, he said that I'm getting a little too comfortable. He told me.
Yeah, I think if you were still...
I wore a shirt And he goes, "This guy's trying to get a little too comfortable."
I think we might
It
be
was
able
the
to pull
cool
that
guy-
shirt
the
up.
cool guy splatter paint.
I'll be
shirt.
able to find it at some point before the podcast.
Baker
goes out.
Mayfield wore it the same day, and it was not good for me. I was like, "What?" I'm like, "I got this at freaking H&M." He's like, "No, he's like, I don't know."
I think if you're still
Frankie's got a little cash in his pocket, and now all of a sudden, he's he's Mr. Barstool Frankie, and this was years ago.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was 23 years old, 24. I'm like, I don't know, man. I bought the shirt. It was a $10 shirt. It was a $10 shirt.
And now there's some talk about. I mean, we talked about it a little bit on the last
You
episode.
don't need to get
that
there
that
now.
the hair is going to become a real commitment for months potentially.
It's got to be a month. Brendan Jones, who I would trust with the hair, knowledge, was saying this is a several.
Well,
months
this is breaking news, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try and grow out my hair a little bit. I'm not growing out my hair like I'm gonna be in freaking, Spinal Tap or something.
Ryan
Like,
Richardson just grabbed the
he's
mic,
laughing.
which, by the way, this is also an update. Frankie Borelli did not wash his hair.
Well,
That's what I was
learned
going to ask. Did you shampoo this
I
morning?
learned a lot yesterday. After we recorded, we stopped recording, and I'm like, I took off my hat, right? Because I can even show you right now.
Did we talk about it on the show or not?
We didn't.
We didn't talk
after-
any
after
hair
the
on
show.
on the show yesterday.
No hair talk.
No, there was hair at the end, but none of the you learning about
We talked about
conditioning.
my hair on the show.
Yeah, at the end.
Oh wow,
I couldn't remember. I knew we talked a bunch after
that was yesterday. I still don't remember
where
that.
we're talking about because Ryan Richardson and Brendan Jones, two guys who have pretty damn good hair,
Mhm.
were like the fact that you're washing your hair 365 days a year is crazy.
I'm shampooing 365 days a year, and I was stunned to hear that that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
No.
what's
man.
the logic behind that, Ryan Richardson? It's just it dries you out.
Dries out your hair completely.
Completely.
Yeah. Well, so I played a bunch of sports in high school, and I just took so many showers and used shampoo every day, and my hair was so dry all the time. And then when I got to college, someone told me that you're not supposed to use shampoo every day, and it changed my life.
Well, I'm 32 damn years old, and I've never been told that. My
You're just-
dad, all the charitable work he's doing, never once. We're talking about raising. Mom, if you're listening to this, how did no one tell me to stop shampooing? I needed a lesson at some point. I'm in a house with my own wife. She never tells. She sees what I'm doing in the bathroom. No one's telling me that I'm squirting a little bit too much shampoo in my head every day.
You're just a conditioner guy.
Yeah, well, if I don't do anything, it gets greasy, but the conditioner helps keep it at
Like,
bay.
But
Today
there's
I
an
took a
element
sh-
of greasy that's like
Well, good.
desirable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I took a shower today, and I just had water go through my hair, and then I got out of it. I mean, that's crazy to me.
Really?
My head felt weird.
Dude, I would say like a decent amount. I think a decent amount of people don't even get their hair wet.
Are you? That was going to be my next question. Would that be crazy?
To not get your hair wet?
Yeah. Are you putting water in your hair every day?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Have I been living on the same earth as you? You know
well,
what I mean?
told you guys afterwards, when I sit there and I listen to these conversations, I'm listening to a different language. So I don't feel like I'm culpable.
Brendan Jones has got some oily, natural
Yes.
stuff going on in that hair. I think.
I think that I can do it. I do. I think that there's going to be an unbelievably awkward period.
Yeah.
Outrageously.
You
I'm
wear
gonna
hat all the time, anyways.
I do, but there's gonna be baptism I got to go to where I'm walking in being like, I know what this looks like.
you gotta-
I also don't know what my end game's gonna be. I'm not trying to have Brendan Jones hair. That's crazy hair.
We're all trying to have
Brendan
Brendan
Jones
Jones.
is
hair.
Everybody would love to have
but
Brendan
he's
Jones hair.
fucking flipping hair.
No,
I can't walk in flipping hair.
I do when you're
What
when
am I,
I'm
Mendoza flipping jets.
when I'm flipping jets. When you're over if you're looking at the camera, there's a little bit popping out.
There is. You got some wings developing.
You do.
It's been 8 weeks since I got a haircut.
You got wings developing.
I don't know what I want.
I think
Will I look like a female? I have female. I have a female face. I do. I have soft features. Am I going to look like a damn female? Am I going to look like a gym teacher? What the hell? I don't want to do that, dude.
We love all the gym
Dude,
teachers out
we
there.
do love
by
all
the
the
way.
gym teachers, but I'm picturing Pierce Elementary, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I'm picturing my gym teacher, and you could end up.
God, I don't want that, man.
But I think it's worth the experiment. I really do. We don't, because otherwise
Man,
we got
I'm going to
nothing-
look like Miss Nelson, dude. Fuck.
I want to see it though, because I think it'll be a fun ride.
I got to do it because it is it's starting to I'm starting to, if I really pull my hair back, you can see it's starting to recede a little bit. And if I go really short, there's not much I can do with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have a big forehead. And like the reason I wear a hat a lot is because it's just like I think I look better with a hat on. I would love to not wear a hat as much as I do. And I think with more hair, I'll be able to at least like you can push it forward a little bit more. You can just cover a little bit more of your head. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right, Rich? You need some hair up there.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know?
I think you just gotta own it. I don't think you gotta worry about what anyone thinks about it. Just grow it out.
Yeah.
And you can probably trim it as it goes.
I think so. I've talked to ChatGPT about this, and like
ChatGPT doesn't have like a head though.
I know, but if I'm understanding how ChatGPT works, it's taking all the information on the internet about hair and the best way to grow hair, and it's giving me answers. I would hope.
Also combing the whole internet, which the internet's a problem.
It is a problem. It basically said to go, and it's like it'll get poofy and to just get little trims on the side and thin out the top. They have those clippers that don't take anything off the top, but they just like thin out the weeds basically.
I mean, your real sources need to be Brennan Jones, Brock Nelson, Matt Barzell.
Brock Nelson doesn't have the best flow, I wouldn't say. He's got curly hair up there.
Oh, okay.
Matt Barzell's got unbelievable hair. I should FaceTime him right now and say, "How do I grow that hair?" And he'll say, "You have no chance."
No, then I don't want that. I don't want you to be discouraged.
Me neither. We're not saying you need to.
Try ask him. Oh, he's playing tonight.
I don't know.
What time is it?
No, it's late now. I mean,
He's been playing well.
Oh yeah, dude, they're playing in 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, he's been playing well. They play in 24 minutes. There's no way he's answering. I'll get that on another show though.
Okay. I am worried that he's going to be like, "Don't do it," and that's not what I want.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Yeah, we're on the West Coast, so everything's happening early.
So weird. Islanders play at 4 p.m. Insane.
Yeah, that's just the West Coast people's lives.
So people out here watch. Well, I guess you're not really a fan of an East Coast team, right? So like, yeah, your games are 7 o'clock here.
Yeah,
I was gonna say if you were a fan of an East Coast team living on the West Coast, like you can't watch like anything.
You also learn a lot of people out here like don't sit around and just watch sports.
Right.
They're like surfing. They're fucking on their
4
bikes.
p.m. You're still working. You haven't even eaten dinner yet. You can't sit down and watch the first 2 periods of a game. Maybe catch the third period at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah. I think there's a reason like Big Ten country and stuff, they live for football because it's like Saturday, dude. What else are you going to do?
Right.
Where it's like, dude, when you're living out here in Southern California, you're like, I'm not sitting inside watching fucking sports. I'm going to be out, God knows, doing what.
Yeah, I think cold weather places, this is a generalization, but I think cold weather places, the fandom is more rabid.
Look at soccer I guess soccer's huge everywhere, but the Premier League fans, it's like dark and gloomy and fucking it's the UK. You're just like, yeah, I'm going to just root for fucking soccer.
So I'm going to go for it. So anyone that wants to give me tips, I know I'm going to go through an awkward stage. I don't want it to get poofy and I don't want it to turn into a freaking afro. I don't know that it will. I mean, I think I'm starting to show a little bit of signs that it can get long. ChatGPT says you got to wait for gravity to start doing its thing.
Okay.
So speaking of like the internet and search and stuff, I got a list for you guys.
Yeah.
This is an easy one, but I think it's good. I think this one needs to be done because I think people watching on social just need a reminder of this list.
Okay.
And today's list is the career money leaders of the PGA Tour. 1 through 10.
All time?
All time.
Tiger Woods.
No. Yep, number 1.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
so Tiger Woods, $120 million earned on the golf course.
Okay.
I thought he said no. I thought he was like, well, no.
Number 2.
And I think this doesn't include the bonuses.
I don't believe it does.
Which like I noticed this whenever I looked up the stat the other day. That was like how much last week we were talking about, how much Scotty had like made, and we were comparing it to NBA salaries and stuff. I believe that like the $20 million, whatever it is, FedEx Cup first place is considered like a bonus.
Wow.
So this is just like money won in tournaments, I think.
Trent Ryan, give me a top 10 career earning leader PGA Tour.
Jim Furyk.
Jim Furyk is number 5.
It's a great one.
$71,507,269.
We've talked about that.
$71 million
From Jim Furyk. Insanity.
We've talked about that on the show because we love Jim Furyk. He's an incredibly accomplished golfer, but he's not necessarily a guy that would pop into a lot of people's heads.
That was like that motherfucker too was done 10 years ago.
It's crazy, dude.
So he racked that up before before inflation.
Mr. 58.
There are a couple of surprises to me, but so
number
all right,
2.
So you got 2. Number 2.
I know what number 2 is. I
Give it
believe
to me.
Mr. Phil Mickelson.
Wrong.
Oh,
you know what?
But wait
a minute now. This is the PGA Tour website.
Oh, they probably took him off.
Is Phil Mickelson not on this website?
I think.
Oh, they definitely took him off, but he is, I believe, number 2.
He has to be number 2. And then I'm thinking there's probably someone else up there that's not going to be on this.
Yeah, I bet. Like, you know who might be on there? Well, we'll
now.
keep all this in, but see if you can find an objective list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's crazy that they took him off.
I
He earned that on the PGA Tour.
I do.
It's just a simple number.
I
who cares
That's
when he ends up-
insane, right? It's not like he. That they didn't erase history. Like whether he went to another league or not, he's not like.
Dude, even CBS Sports has it not on it. They're like erasing him from history.
That stuff. I remember this happening because I remember people were trying to look up statistics, and they were sort of they're washing away guys who jumped over to live, and I don't support that at all.
This is fucking psychotic.
History is history. You did what you did. Like, you can't pull somebody off a list.
The list isn't only active players. Jim Furyk's on the list. So
Right.
that's insane.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
I've got one.
Okay.
Spot rack.
I like it.
Is
Okay, so Tiger Woods number 1. And then you guys got Jim Furyk. All right, so we're gonna have to redo the beginning of this, right? Or when I said Jim Furyk was number 5, he's actually number 7.
That's okay. Okay. We can adjust. That's fair because we got. That's actually great. Keep that in.
Maybe even put that on the graphic as put him on 5, and then when we get here, drop him to 7.
Move him
Correct.
down to 7.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Tiger Woods 1, Jim Furyk 7. Now we go.
Phil Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson is 4th.
Okay.
$96 million.
Roy McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy is 2nd.
Scotty.
$107 million.
Okay. Scotty Scheffler.
3rd, $99 million. He's done that in like 4 years.
Wow.
That is crazy, man.
Dustin-
Dude, Scotty Scheffler is 20 million back of Tiger Woods. He's won, he's too big, huge, if he wins a tour championship, he's right there
That's wild.
from Tiger Woods already.
Scheffler.
All right, so you got number 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You've got Tiger, Rory, Scotty, Phil, and you've got Jim Furyk at 7.
I think this guy's actually 5 then. Dustin Johnson.
Dustin Johnson is 8th.
Okay.
$75 million.
Dustin Johnson.
There was a run. I mean, it was a few years ago now, but he won like $30 million in 3 weeks. He was on fire.
Yeah.
Hang on now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
These lists are controversial.
Well, fluid
I'm going to
list.
show you at the end, like it ranks him at 7th, but then I've got to see that he's higher than he's actually 5th.
That's what I thought.
He's actually 5th.
In terms of just dollars.
Yeah, because this is splitting it up between PGA events and majors. But it's very strange. There's some hammering going on.
Is Santa? Is it Christmas?
Stop the
I'll show you this at
hammering.
the end of
Santa
how
Claus is
confusing
on the
this
roof?
is.
Okay.
Stop the hammering.
Gotta make sure I didn't mess one up, and I haven't yet, which is good. Okay, so he's actually 5th. You're gonna have to do a lot of jumbling around here. It's a horrible audio segment.
No, it's
No,
okay.
it's good. It's fine.
But then now, okay, yep.
So how many people are on the list then?
Oh, this is going down to 100, right? It's like, but
No, but I'm saying with this top 10, are we just going to end at 10?
yeah, we'll just end at 10.
Okay.
Gotta make sure that there's no one down there that should be up there. See, there is. There absolutely is. Okay, I'm just gonna have to be better at just seeing this list.
Well, the Phil thing, the live thing, I don't think you could have seen coming.
No,
That's not really your fault. What do you think they're doing out
they're
there?
moving chairs around. Maybe
They're moving a ton of chairs. Is that above us?
give me a couple. I'm not. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's just go top 10, and I'm just gonna say yeah, and then he'll put in where they're at because you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We just need a couple more names.
Okay.
So Dustin Johnson, yes, he's behind Phil Mickelson.
Okay. God, the money is so much bigger now that it's making me think like recent guys that have won a ton. Can me and Trent, can we converse?
Sure.
Do you think VJ Singh's one of these?
That was
names?
actually going to be my next one.
I think he's like right on the edge, but he was sick for a long time. He got to number 1. He won a handful of majors. I'm going to go VJ Singh.
VJ Singh is in the top 10. He's the interesting one on this list. They've got him at 5th. But if I do the eye test, he's actually 10th. There's guys below him that are making
Weird.
less money.
That's weird.
He's actually 9th.
I got a crazy one for you.
Give me.
Do you think Jordan Spieth's on that list?
He's like one of my names that I've got. I don't have a ton of names left.
Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth. has made $65 million, and that does not put him in the top 10.
What was Vijay Singh's number?
Vijay Singh made $70,927,000.
Oh, wow, you're close.
Oh, so what number was Vijay Singh on the list?
This is what I'm saying. They've got him at 5.
That was a loaded question.
Like they've got Vijay Singh at 5, but Jim Furyk at 8, and Vijay Singh made $70 million, and Jim Furyk made 71. It's very bizarre. I think they're going based off like average earnings per like event played or something like that.
That's extremely bizarre.
Bizarre. This is the worst website in the history of the world. I just can't find.
Also, just funny to think about. Not funny, just interesting to think about.
Rack.
If Jordan Spieth.
I found a very clean list that now does it for me.
Okay.
And I'm going to give golfcompendium.com.
Shout out.
Awesome.
Okay. Number 1, Tiger Woods. Number 2, Rory McIlroy. Number 3, Scotty Scheffler. Number 4, Phil Mickelson. Number 5, Dustin Johnson.
Okay. I don't think we've got number 6.
Spieth doesn't make that list.
No, Jordan
then?
Spieth is 11th.
Oh.
But what I was saying is just looking at that career and how sparse it has become, but how front loaded it was.
Yes.
If he continues that, I mean, there's a chance he gets to number 1 on that list.
Right, easily.
Right.
With how much of a tear.
So who's
he was
number
on.
6? Who's after Dustin Johnson and in between Dustin Johnson and Jim Furyk with $73 million earned on the PGA Tour?
You know who I'm going to throw out a name that, like, this is going to seem nuts to people, but I'm going to say Xander Schauffele.
Xander Schauffele is 13th on the list at $62 million.
Damn,
Dude, he needs another year, and he's going to get up
Yep.
there.
This is a surprise.
And this is, if I can ask for clues, is it like a current player?
It's a current player,
Okay.
a little bit older.
Okay. Current player, a little bit older. I'm running out of names here.
Hold on. Well, so, you know,
There's 3 players remaining that you have not guessed yet.
You know who
I would say all 3 are current players. One
so
younger than the rest.
I think a couple ideas. I'm thinking like a Justin Rose, a Jason Day.
Oh, I like Justin Rose a lot.
Justin Rose.
Justin Rose is 6th.
Yeah.
$73 million.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's
He was
a
on
big-
one of our past lists that we didn't get
Like
for wins over the last 2010s.
since, yeah.
So these 2 are tough because, like you said, now like one event is basically
The difference.
is the difference between 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yeah, you guys
Hold
need
on,
number
though.
9
You
and
could
10.
still start thinking
Like
like
Patrick Cantley's not on that list.
Patrick Cantlay is 16th. He's
Okay.
$57 million.
Yeah, that was nuts.
that's not bad, though.
Yeah.
That's not
You
a
got
bad
Patrick
one.
Cantlay, Keegan Bradley, Sergio Garcia.
You know what? I got
all
a
16,
crazy
17,
one.
18.
I got a crazy one that's
Yep.
is like Matt Kuchar on this list.
Matt Kuchar is 15th. He's right above Patrick Cantlay.
Okay.
Oh,
There's a big name you guys know.
John Rahm.
No.
Oh.
John Rahm is 20th, $53 million.
There's a big name. Is it Justin Thomas?
That's correct.
Yeah.
$70 million earned on the PGA
It's a lot
Tour.
of money, JT.
Now this 10th one is tough. We're talking, this guy is only a couple $100,000 behind JT.
Hold
He's in
on.
front of Jordan Spieth. He's in between Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth.
Is this like
International player.
Adam Scott?
Correct.
Yeah. All right.
69 million. So the clean list: Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Justin Rose, Jim Furyk, Vijay Singh, Justin Thomas, Adam Scott. Finally found a nice clean list. Go to that spot for anyone that is frustrated with my listing. That Spot Rack website is insane.
It's a nice list.
It just got you fucking. It's just.
How about the tour not?
See how it had like Vijay Singh there, right? Number 5. And then you go to the right, and he clearly has less money than the guys below him.
Oh, yeah.
Frustrating.
Very.
How about the tour not just putting that information in the
No Dustin Johnson, no John Rahm, no Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, I don't.
Top 5 earner in all time.
I will never be a supporter of like just faulty information. Like that is a spite move. That's not an accurate reflection of like what happened.
Dude, I'm trying. Yeah, like
I hate that actually. Like that pisses me off.
That
So,
sucks. That's
let me
just
ask-
history.
Right.
The guy could have like went out and murdered someone. You still have to like say what he did on that tour was, right? You don't just like wipe him off the list.
it's a good question. Like, do they still
Is
list,
OJ
do
still
they
on
list
the-
OJ?
I think that did he give it back? I know Reggie Bush like gave his Heisman back, but it's like
OJ still has his Heisman.
But not even just Heisman.
But is he listed on the NFL website as like leading
as a Hall of Famer?
If you go to
like his like rushing stats, like if you're looking at like all-time rushing leaders, is OJ Simpson? You know what I mean? Like,
right. I agree with that. Like,
now OJ Simpson, bad guy.
really bad.
and
guy.
we're comparing OJ Simpson murdering people to Phil going to another league.
That's what I mean. It's
I'm
like
just saying, it's just like what history is. Like he did get those numbers on the PGA Tour. Like you can have arguments until you're blue in the face about what type of person they are, or if they should be in jail or not.
Yeah.
But like you can't take away like this person was on the tour. You had him on the tour, and then he won this much money. That's where he is in history.
Yeah.
Stunningly, like
it feels
petty move.
North Korean. It feels
I hate
like,
it.
Like North Korean government is like, no, we don't like this guy, so we're just gonna take him off the thing.
That's wild, man.
I couldn't support that less.
I guess this is like baseball, right? Or they still call? Does the MLB still call Barry Bonds the home run king?
No, I don't think they would ever. But no, they don't.
They don't have him as the leader of home runs.
Well, where are we talking about?
I'm talking like if you go to MLB.com,
All-time.
all-time home run leaders on MLB.com, is Barry Bonds number one?
Dude, I actually don't know.
He has to be. He is, right? MLB.com.
So I don't have all time, but for single season, they have him listed on MLB.com.
Okay, I support that.
And this guy cheated in the actual sport. They're
Right.
taking Phil Mickelson off? What the fuck?
No, I'm with you. That's nuts.
I really don't. I don't support that at all. That's so petty.
Yeah, they got Barry Bonds as number one.
This sucks.
Yeah. I thought
got
you meant
A-Rod on there.
when you're talking about home run king, I thought you were saying like I don't think from like MLB, the official Twitter account would never be like the home run king is Barry Bonds. They wouldn't do that.
No.
But they're not going to wipe him from the website.
Because they still had him. That's MLB.com. He's number one. You know, you've got
Sosa's on
Sammy
there.
Sosa's on there. A-Rod's on there. Mark McGuire's on there.
You can't like wash away something that happened.
No, dude.
And you go on PGA, like I'm looking at the right website, right? It's not just like current players.
No, that's PGA Tour. That's
career money leaders.
That's insane,
that's
man.
It. That's just it.
That's just it, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Because DJ's not on there, right?
No.
Is Furyk on there?
Furyk's on here.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
that's because it's not like
Yeah,
they
Rory
just
Sabatini's on here.
right.
Yeah, you can't change
Everybody's
history.
on here.
Guy played for like Denmark in the Olympics or something.
You remember how strange that was? You can't change history. History is just a record of what happened.
It's just what happened, and that Phil is what happened. He won
That's
$100 million,
fucking
$96 million.
bullshit. Is OJ on the fucking?
He is.
He is. Oh my god.
PGA Tour is
Oh
like,
my god.
Phil Mickelson. He can't be on the list.
PGA Tour and the NCAA. Those are the only two that do it.
NCAA does it in what way?
They took away Louisville's national championship.
And they took away a bunch of USC wins, right?
Yeah, Pete Carroll used to be the most winning coach of all time. I don't know if it's just
Oh
USC.
my
or-
God.
See, and that stuff's even crazier because
Joe
now
Paterno, though, they took away all his wins.
now
Well,
we're getting into a different territory.
you know.
But like Reggie Bush,
That one, I think they nailed that.
don't try to put us in a wedge.
Right, because
Well, I'm
Reggie
just
Bush-
saying they're taking away.
Paul
But
everything.
Driver
the things
shit.
that Reggie Bush did now is legal. Like in a way, it would have.
At the end of the day, you gotta just keep whatever happened happening. That's just what happened.
You are gonna have to stand on some bad people.
But like they are. OJ Simpson's up there.
But the one you just said you agreed with.
well,
That's what I mean. You got to start standing behind some.
There's a line
All right,
somewhere.
but all right, they may have
There
taken.
is.
So they took the wins away from Paterno,
Yeah.
like every win he's ever had.
I don't know if
Or
it's
just
every
the
win, but
or the wins during like a bad time.
I don't know the exact
I
answer,
would be
honestly.
stunned if like a coach is an all like if Saban like they have to acknowledge that like he passed the amount of wins of Paterno at some point. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that they do? You think they act like he didn't exist?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they take away championships. Like the team won the championship, and they're just like, yeah, that Louisville season didn't happen.
Yeah, that's you get into a weird
The
area.
NCAA, I don't want to do. I want that. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Okay.
I want to be very, very strong on the other stuff.
Yeah, the PGA Tour thing
PGA
is
Tour is fucking this thing up.
that's just petty because it's clear that
Pettiness, man.
He's just a guy
I
who
gotta
like
get some water. That's getting me all riled up. That sucks, man.
he's walking around with his
That
bike.
sucks, man.
Yeah, that's that to be the one who's like puts that order in, and then you're just like on the website like deleting.
They're messing up our list. It took me fucking 30 minutes to get through a list
of what happened.
Because the PGA Tour website is acting like Phil Mickelson didn't win $90 million on. How much did he win?
$96
million on their tour. He sure did.
They paid him out that money.
He sure did.
They wrote him those checks.
That sucks.
They wad Wednesdayed Phil Mickelson $96 million.
sucks.
And you got to think that order comes from the top. That's not some web developer on the PGA side being like, this is. It had to be like an email of like, take these guys off the list.
Yeah, there's a paper trail of the top dog at PGA Tour signing off on like, yes, take them off of the PGA Tour website.
You got to imagine that exists.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't support that at all.
It's just what happened.
Brian, roll app. Got to give it back.
Here's an interesting thing. Here's an interesting thing here is that they have a non-member earnings on the PGA Tour list. And it's like Bryson DeChambeau, $2.5 million, number one. Patrick Reed, John Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, Victor Perez.
Oh, from this year.
Right? So like last year, Bryson won 6.9.
They've
got these guys' names on their list.
That's bizarre.
And they do not have Phil Mickelson in the career earnings list. How is that possible? Whatever.
Do you think they have a list ready to hit a button and be like, this is the one that includes Phil Mickelson?
I think this is going to get to some. There's going to be an email sent tomorrow with a PGAtour.com at the end of it that they're going to talk about this. They're going to say this is ridiculous.
I think you got to. I think they've been flying under the radar with
this. We're exposing something that's naughty.
I got a snack in my backpack back in my hotel room waiting for me. Can you guys guess what that snack might be?
Is it a one bar?
Protein bar.
It is a 1 protein bar. It's actually a 1 Hershey's double chocolate made with 18 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar bar. It is going to deliciously fuel my evening. It fuels my golf game. It fuels my travel. I put it in my backpack. That's why it's there, because whenever I'm on a flight, I like to have a couple of those in there in case maybe you get delayed. There's always that weird thing. You don't want to get a bunch of food while you're like running to the gate. If you're barely going to make the gate, then you got to eat on the flight like a weirdo next to people. They can smell your food. No. I just put the 1 protein bar right in there.
Yeah, I really want one right now. I'm starving, and this is like the perfect time for a 1 protein bar when we're in the middle of a bunch of different things. We're on the go. We've got them in the car. I cannot wait to get back to my 1 protein bar and just freaking gnaw on it because I am so hungry. And it really does. It fills you up, and it gets you from where you need to be. You know you got a dinner tonight, but you know you got a bunch of things going on. You're on the golf course. You're shooting things like what we're doing right now. 1 protein bar was made for this right now.
Absolutely
right
made
there,
for it.
You uncrack it, you uncrinkle it, and you just shove it down your gullet. God, I want one so bad right now.
Protein just got delicious. Buy the new 1 Hershey's double chocolate protein bar on Amazon. Protein just got delicious. This holiday season, give the gift of golf. Located at Dick's Sporting Goods and Golf Galaxy, the skills and Barstool golf training aids are designed to help sharpen every aspect of your game from tee to green. I feel like my golf game has really come around this year. It's been a lot more fun to play on camera, and I've been using these Barstool golf skills, different training aids, and tools to improve your game. Perfect for the holidays, perfect for actually getting better, and perfect for pretending you're grinding on your game all winter long.
Yeah, they've got the like grip training aids. They've got the swing path training aids. They've got the putting gate training aids. They've got the mirror training aid. All these things are things that we need to actually use a little bit more, but we have them at our disposal because of this skills partnership with Dick's Sporting Goods. You can go into any of them, and you're going to see our stuff loud and proud right there, ready for you to grab it off the shelves, especially during the holiday season. I'm telling you, it's a good gift to get somebody because it is very useful. That putting mirror where you can see where your eye is lined up is something everyone should be working on because it makes you just stroke the putt way better, and you hit it on the center of the club face. The club path one, which we've used a lot, you can set it up for a draw, you can set it up for a fade, and it teaches you quite literally if you hit those little cones, I'll call them, or whatever whatever the technical term is. If you hit them, it's just going to be like you're coming way too inside or you're coming way too outside. And now you do that on the driving range until you get it perfect, and now that's your swing. That's like, we should all be doing that all the time.
Co-branded came out great too. They look really good and clean. If you like Barstool Golf, what we do, we use these, all the time, trying to get better, and they're great for around the house in the winter. You take them out to the course, depending on where you're living. They're awesome, and there's a bunch of different options. The chipping net is great. This holiday season, it's obviously here, which means you're definitely getting at least one golfer you've got a shot for. So head to golfgalaxy.com/Barstool or to a Dick's Sporting Goods House of Sport or Golf Galaxy location near you, and give someone special in your life the gift of golf.
Can I do one more top 10 list that has to do with money since we're on the topic?
I'm enjoying this, so yes, please.
Okay. This is the same deal, and this is just the top 10 highest paid athletes of all time.
Okay.
Okay, now this is a very interesting list. And
I'm
I don't know
actually pretty decent at this, I think.
Okay, so now do you guys want to do inflation adjusted or just like the non-adjusted, how much they earned? Let's go how much they earn. That's what this
Yeah,
list
how
is.
Because
much
that's
they
going to
earn.
make it more modern, right?
Yeah.
Well, the inflation adjusted would be like this is what they would make like as of right now, right? I just want to go like how much did they earn?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay. So top 10 list, top highest paid athletes of all time, all sports.
In all sport.
In all of sport.
Okay.
I mean, you got to think the top's pretty.
Now I
Soccer
think
heavy.
this
Yeah,
has
well,
to
I
do
know
with
the
like
number. I believe
how much they made from the sport as well. Like this is just
everything.
Sportico website highest paid athletes of all
So
time.
this
With
includes
everything included.
endorsements?
I believe it does. It has to.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan's number 1, $3 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo is number 3, $1.8 billion.
And is this post like Saudi influx?
This is as of 2025.
Arnold Palmer.
Wow, great answer. He's number 6.
Okay.
Shout out to freaking Arnold
The
Palmer.
king, man.
He's 6th all time in
We're at an
money
Arnold
earned.
Palmer golf course.
$885 million.
Let's
Freaking
go.
king.
Tiger Woods.
Number 2, $1.9 billion. In golfer.
I'm gonna go Phil Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson is 11th.
Oh.
1.08 billion.
Wow. That's
Billion,
a
a
lot of money.
B next to Phil Mickelson's name.
That's good. That's good work, Phil. 11.
Messi.
Messi is 5th. 1.4.
I guess if I said it, I'm gonna keep hammering these. I'm gonna go Jack Nicklaus.
Number 7.
Wow.
Yep.
Dude, I knew the golfers are heavy on this list.
Sorry. He's actually number 6.
Okay.
Again, they're doing it to me again. They're doing it to me again.
I gotta get somebody in control.
Arnold
of this one.
Palmer and Jack Nicklaus, flip them.
Okay.
That's correct. We're still fine.
Do you think there's an F1 guy on there? Who I cannot think of his name. I apologize.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton.
No, he's not on the list. We may have to redo the list. Bro. Because they want me to do the inflation. And these are non-clickable lists. These are non-clickable, so you can't reorder them. It's psychotic. I just want to know how much money these guys earned, right? And it's like, so now I'm looking, like Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus, in their non-adjusted earnings, there's guys that, like Phil Mickelson made more than Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus. He's $1 billion, but he's 11th, and I said that the other guys were 800 million.
Right.
So inflation adjusted, Arnold Palmer's at 1.8 billion.
Right.
Jack Nicklaus is at 1.7 billion, but that's bullshit.
Yeah, we're not counting that.
I can't get these lists done.
These lists they're just.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I
though?
do, of course I do.
Now I got to go back and see. There's guys down here, man, that there's a lot of guys down here that are higher than Arnold and Jack. Like Arnie and Jack in non-adjusted earnings are not in the top 10.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I would say as the list leader, you got to make.
It's Rocky at the top, by the way. If we're talking
There are
about
people coming for this
leader
crap.
in the list, there's a chance next week I come with a list.
It's fucking.
There's
This is
a
crazy.
chance. There's a chance I come next week with a very well researched list.
I'm looking at
I think
websites
Lurch
and they
might show up with a
refuse
list next week. I got this.
We're coming. We might be coming for the list crown, man.
all-time non-inflation adjusted money leaders in sports.
Some people still know how
Oh,
business is done. Frankie gave his hand wave, which is never a good sign for anything. That means he's done. He's done with it.
Fucking bullshit, man. It is fucking bullshit. They just won't give you the list that you need. I got to go in and do it on my own. We're freaking flying around the country. I didn't have time to fucking go on sportico.com and figure out the fact that the number 7 guy should be number 11. That's crazy.
What about Mbappe?
Mbappe? I got an ad. Apple TV.
That list crown is falling off as we speak.
Mbappe, I don't
What is he,
see
Kylian
him here.
Mbappe?
No, he's not here.
Is
No.
that his name?
No, he's not here.
He's not up there?
No, he's not here.
Man.
No, not yet. I mean, I think he's young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still pretty young, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean,
We're
he's
talking
almost won
crazy.
2 World Cups.
Lewis Hamilton was 780. You guys said that before?
I said Lewis. That was the last one I said.
Yeah. Not a good list.
All right. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on from the list.
I mean, yeah. You want me to read you the list?
I think I could get.
Yeah. Give me some more names.
What about LeBron James?
LeBron James is number 4.
God, that's a great guess.
Damn.
LeBron James is number 4. 1.49 billion. Tie with Messi to the exact number.
Is this?
So now, I mean, we can keep going because I think I might be able to figure it out now. Because
Okay.
now I'm just going to skip over Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus, and we're going to keep going.
Is Patrick Mahomes on that list?
Patrick Mahomes is not on this list.
What's a Trent? What's one of these baseball guys? What's one of these guys' names?
Oh,
that just
not on the
signed, like-
list.
Baseball is not.
Won't
They're just
be.
not doing it.
Nope.
Wow.
You got to think of these are 2. You got 3 big boys here. You got 3 big names in the top 10 of all time money leaders.
Kobe Bryant.
That's a good guess. He's 16th.
Okay.
Damn. 3 big boys.
Steph Curry.
No,
Shaquille O'Neal.
he's number 20. Shaquille 13. I'm not talking about like size.
I know. I know.
I've got 1 soccer player, I've got 1 tennis player, and I've got 1
Oh.
boxer.
Okay.
Jokic.
No.
Mayweather.
Yep.
He's got to be the boxer.
Yep. 1.15 billion.
I'm gonna say Roger Federer,
Yep.
Is the
1.2
tennis player.
billion.
and I'm gonna say from soccer. Come on, dude. I know enough of these fucking guys.
Ronaldinho.
This guy turned pro in
Neymar.
1992. Nope.
1992.
He retired
Beckham.
in 2013. David Beckham.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I think if I'm going through here, I think
Oh.
Neymar ends up being on the top 10 of non-adjusted earnings.
Okay.
In the zombie list, Neymar's on it.
Yep. And then I'm gonna look for one more, and I think Jack Nicklaus sneaks in there at number 10.
Ahead of
believe.
Arnie, or Arnie's on there?
He's ahead of Arnie.
What?
See, in this list,
Arnie's
in
died, though,
inflation
9 years
adjusted,
ago.
you got Arnold Palmer above Jack Nicklaus, but then non-adjusted, you got him 30 million behind Jack Nicklaus, which just means he made his money later, and it's just kind of
Right. Whatever we got to do to get him ahead of Jack, I would say.
yeah. But
Arnie's
so
great.
that's the list. Good luck there, Ryan Richardson, making that. I think you can clean that up.
You
I
got
think
2 days,
I think
Ryan
we got
Richardson.
to a place where that could be a real list. I don't think everyone needs to hear how much I was fucking up.
We'll make it work.
The clip alone can be nice and
Yeah.
clean.
I think
Yeah.
it'll be funny for the pod if you
Yeah, I
just
think the pod-
keep it as is.
I
Let's
think
spend
so,
a couple
too.
of misses in the clip too.
I
Yeah.
would say in like 10 years, that list is going to be completely flipped because of how much
Hear
money
that?
people are making now.
Oh yeah.
Didn't
I mean, Scotty Scheffler is $20 million away from Tiger Woods.
right? Who's the fucking guy in baseball that didn't what's face just sign like a like almost $1 billion contract.
Oh, Soto?
Yeah.
He signed a big one.
He signed $700-something million, something like that.
Well, that's the thing. It's
he signed a big one, but no, Shohei Ohtani signed
Deferred money.
It's deferred.
But that's like maybe worth close to $1 billion, isn't it? Because of like the inflation and everything.
Mhm.
It was a massive, massive deal.
Yeah, that was a big one.
It is crazy because you've got NBA players and all these guys who are making $60 million a year. You talk about it, Frankie, from time to time about like, where does this go?
I know.
In 10 years, are there going to be guys making $100 million a year?
I don't know. I mean, I think like everything has to go flat at some point. That's what I'm hoping with like the housing market too. Like at some point, if your house was $400,000 in the middle of Long Island in 2018, and then after COVID and everything, now it's like $750,000, and then let's call it 2022. Then in 2027, you're gonna have to sell it for $900,000. Like, what is if the house was $400,000 8 years ago? Is that house going to be $2 million in 10 years? Like at some point, people's income is not going to rise at that rate.
I guess the wages have to go up.
They're not ever going to rise at that rate, and like no one's going to be able to afford houses. Like at some point, it needs to find a line, like just a flatten off a little bit, where like all right, 780, 790, like it can't keep doing what it's doing. Same with sports incomes and earnings. It's insane. You can't afford a right fielder for in 5 years. A right fielder is going to make $100 million a year. Like how fucking expensive are tickets going to be at that point?
Right.
Like what are we talking
There's
about?
nobody at the games.
It's just like never ending. Like money's going to become useless at that point.
But then you do look.
You're gonna give a guy $1 billion to play baseball?
But you look back like 100 years ago.
Crazy.
You look back 100 years. Yeah,
It is a
right. You
big
look back
business.
100 years ago, and these numbers are all going to be off. But a gallon of milk's 5 cents.
I know.
So that's always gone up.
It has, but like the world has been relatively moving along with it. Relatively.
There's certain parts of like what's happening in our society that are not moving at the same rate. Like wages are not rising at the same level of like inflation.
Right.
And
Inflation's out of
housing.
control. I mean, this is literally just inflation. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and of housing costs, which is
Right.
which is devastating.
Devastating.
People, like it used to be in the 50s and whatnot. It was like your wages were going to align very nicely with what it cost to get a home, and you could get a home at a very young age
Right.
for a very reasonable amount of money compared to wages. Whereas now that delta is more than it's been in a really, really, really long time.
Like my grandparents probably bought their house for $20,000, and then my parents bought theirs for like $60,000. Now, yes, that's a 3 times difference, but also like it was within the wages that they were making. Like
Right.
they made probably
Right.
3 times more than the grandparents did. So
Right.
It all made sense. It wasn't like all of a sudden, oh my God, it's a $200,000 house. How the hell are we going to do this? We're only making $50,000 as a family. You know what I mean? Like that is not realistic. That's
Right.
not what we have anymore. I'm watching it happen. I mean, like we got lucky. We got in like during COVID, we got a really low rate and everything. But I'm watching it happen to all my friends and close family members and stuff. Where it's like outrageous. It's like unaffordable. It's outrageous.
Right.
Like mortgage rates are like 7%, and houses are like $600,000 more expensive than they should be.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like especially this is in New York and Long Island. I'm sure. I mean, a lot of people are living in places where I'm sure it's not as crazy. It just happens to be like we're in like the middle of a crisis there. But yeah, it's just
I would imagine it's happening all over.
it's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. And like I just don't know where like, to answer your question, the reason I'm going on this tangent, I don't know where all of this goes. I have no idea. Hockey's the only sport that like got like the like really good players are making like $2 million, $3 million.
Yeah.
Like the best players are Kaprizov just signed a $16 million deal, and people were like having heart attacks.
But like
$16 million.
But like Rick is saying, it's a reflection of how lucrative the leagues are.
I know.
Like
Well-
NBA makes a shit ton of money. The NFL makes the most money, and that they're going to get some of that money. The players.
Yeah, because I remember we were having the debate about the Cowboys a couple months ago after the Jerry Jones documentary came out and whatnot, and it's like you look and like the Cowboys are the single most valuable sports franchise in the world at like $10 billion or whatever it is. And so you're looking at that and you're like, dude, if they're worth that much, that means like they could pay whatever they want in
Right.
salary. I mean, they're
Right, like
they're,
the Celtics just sold for $7 billion.
right.
Like the numbers are outrageous.
Right. So it's like that is sort of it's crazy with that, but that's currently making sense. Like the leagues have never been, like, especially the NFL, and they've never been more valuable. And the NBA is so top heavy, where it's like hockey is. As you know, hockey's so, like, you kind of do need 3-4 lines of players.
25 players, yeah.
Where it is different. But I still believe the league minimum in the NHL, you have to look up whatever that is, but I saw somebody signed for, like, a 1-year deal for, like, less than $1 million.
It is less than $1 million.
I was like, saw that number that, like,
it's like 900,000.
blew me away. Not that that's not a shit ton of money.
It's a shit ton of money.
But you're like, when I see an announcement,
they're out there playing the same sport as the guys making $16 million.
As a professional athlete, you're just like
getting their friggin' asses handed.
Dude, we looked up my boy Colin Gillespie that plays for the Phoenix Suns. He's a big golf guy, and we've DM'd back and forth a bit. We're gonna get out and play golf, but like when
this number's gonna disgust you. Whatever you say, it's gonna disgust me.
Dude, when I went to my first NBA game, which was the Suns and the LA Clippers, he only had like 1 point, I think, at the end of it, but he was like driving the play for the middle part of like the third quarter. He was like he had steals, a bunch of assists. He was like leading the game in assists. And, like, the crowd was going nuts for him. We looked it up, and, like, Devin Booker was making $52 million this year. And I believe our guy Gillespie was making, like, $2 million.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to be one of those, like, role players that was making $27 million.
Well, what about our guy?
No. That's what we were saying, that I was like, look at the difference in – he was helping the team more,
right?
It felt like, and he was making $2 million or whatever, and the other guy's making $52 million.
Yeah, the numbers are – but, I mean, at this current situation, the owners and they're not doing something that doesn't make sense. They wouldn't be paying the value of them if they were losing money. That's obviously not happening. But the numbers they're just big, man. They're getting bigger.
Colin Gillespie, dude, $2.38 million. That's my guy.
This goes back. I mean, there were moments
still a shit ton of money.
Where, like,
oh yeah,
that's where a lot of the like the agents had to step in, and a lot of these player unions were around some of these big deals back in the 90s and early 2000s because they knew that it was going to like help the league. Like once a big guy signed and sat out and signed a huge deal, you knew that now the next guy is going to make more than that and more
sets
than
the
that.
market.
And like when guys take team friendly deals, it throws the whole entire thing off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why like the player unions are all over these guys. I'm pretty sure that had to do a little bit with what was going on when A-Rod was deciding on where he was going, wasn't it? When A-Rod was like signing his deal, they were like, didn't the MLB come in and like block the deal because it like didn't make any sense?
I think so.
I don't know if it had to do with his salary, but I think someone like maybe the players union like declined the deal or the trade or something like that because he wasn't going to be making his full potential, which he ended up getting from the Yankees.
How about my boy Devin Booker? Sorry about that. He'll be making an average annual salary of $72.5 million.
$72 million a year.
Yeah, he's making 50 this year and like 100 or whatever next year.
They haven't won championship.
No.
My Milwaukee Bucks beat them.
That's right.
Yeah.
$72.5 million average annual salary, and my boy Colin Gillespie is making $2.38 million.
Hey man, that's still good work if you can get it.
For them, man.
Oh, dude, great work. He was hustling all over the place.
Yeah, man.
He was sick.
Playing the game that he loves, making a couple $1 million a year.
Love that guy.
We got to go watch the Islanders.
I got to play golf with that man. I think
we didn't even get to one voicemail, did we? How long have we been going?
Hour and a half.
For real?
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Oh,
dude.
wow. I thought I would have said like 50 minutes.
Merry Christmas.
We're
Let's
just
get
a
the hell
couple
outta
guys
here.
that can yap, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's not much going on, dude.
No, we talked charities. We talked housing crisis. We talked
mortgage rates.
We talked.
Shout out to Yip Strickler, dude. He said he had Tommy Padgett and Ryan Smith on his podcast, and I even know Yip had a podcast. So
I think this is going to be his first
experience.
This is the word. It's called the Yip Strickler Experience.
Yeah, I think it's the first step.
I love that guy, dude. He cracks me up. Yip Strickler. He cracks me up. You got to keep
too.
a little bit of a leash on him, you know, but he cracks me up.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, listen, we are born of the internet. He's no different.
Right.
You know?
I mean, yeah, he had multiple phones, keeping tabs on people.
The internet has gotten, you know, it's shown some light on some interesting characters. A few of them are in this room.
Yeah,
a few of them, one of them is Yip Strickler. We're all just sort of in this big old stew together.
I like it, dude. I like that we crossed paths with that man. And
Me
I like
too.
that he had the Barstool Classic champions on the pod. I mean, I imagine that had to get pretty fiery because there was, you know, there was some boo birds out at the end of the Barstool Classic championship, and like the fellas that won did not handle it, you know, like without being a little bit abrasive back. Like there was some chippiness at the end.
Oh yeah, at one point I remember Riggs and I out just on the patio, and you and I just sort of kind of walked over to where there was some things happening.
I was hiding behind you. You're the security guard. You had
yeah,
to throw it back.
I wanted to just make sure everything was the last thing I need and that we need is just people going to blows at a
Somebody going
Barstool
well
Festival.
pond.
flying.
Yeah, it's just like I just wandered over there, and I am a larger body, so I'm just kind of like, hey, let's all just go our separate ways here.
We were doing some like move it along here is going on. But yeah, I'm excited to listen to that. I don't know how that went, but I'm excited for the update. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. You know, it's December. And it's a golf podcast. We do this every year around this time. We kind of pop around.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was very
It's
fun.
always fun to chop it up. That's a chop it up episode.
The list crown may be at large coming next week.
I got to figure out. Yeah, I need Ryan to help me out with some of these lists because when I do them on the fly, it's a nightmare.
We have been going nonstop, man. We're not done yet either. We got a whole night of stuff going on. We got to mingle. We're going to do some mingling.
Yep, I'm trying to get on a plane tonight, which is going to be, that's a hell of a scene.
I don't have that in me. All right, everybody, enjoy the weekend. We will be back next week as the holiday season rolls along. TGL Season 2 video with Sahith Thagala is now out if you're listening to this show. We love Sahith Thagala. I've had him on the podcast a few times. Awesome personality in the game. He plays with so much fire. His family, he obviously got big on Netflix with the Full Swing, and then watching him play in TGL. Remember how fire he was like every episode, every match?
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
I guess,
He was
not
great.
episode. He was like the guy that like you want people to be into it and want to win, and he was into it. And he was into it with us. He really wanted to win. So
Yep. Yeah.
TGL Season 2, they got a much bigger green. They got new holes. They've like made a few enhancements while still being really cool. We were in there playing a match, TGL format, alternate shot. It was myself and Frankie against Trent and Sahith Thagala. So make sure you tune into that. It's on YouTube now. But otherwise, enjoy the weekend and hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit hard.